Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Sunday, the 20th day of June, the 10th day of Tamuz. Today, we want to discuss this halacha, and it is, you're not allowed to be guilty of baltashkas, which means wasting things. That's written most clearly in the Torah, where it says to not chop down a fruit tree that is producing good amounts of fruit. It's wasteful to chop it down because you're going to lose all those fruit. And from there, we learn the law about how you're not allowed to waste things. Okay, now, but some of the cases of wasting are not full biblical situations, and sometimes they get sticky. And here's today's question. You're a caterer, and the meal has ended, and there's some things left on the tables at the end of the meal, and it would be quick and easy for the caterer to just toss them. On the other hand, it would be seemingly baltashchis to toss those items. What should the caterer do? He's faced with this question. Let's say it's all the leftover pickles, that are in all the serving things. To collect up all the pickles at the end of the meal would net him $16. I'm making up the numbers here, but just to illustrate a point. If he collected up all the pickles, it would be about $16 worth of pickles. But it would cost him $25 in labor to collect up all those pickles at the end of the meal. So he's saving the $16 worth of pickles, but he's losing, quote unquote, $25 that he's got to pay to collect up those $16 worth of pickles. So what should you do? So believe it or not, I saw this discussed halachically, and people referenced the famous Chaye Adam, who says that if you have tzitzis on a talis, and at one corner you see that tzitzis strings are, not so beautiful, and you want to upgrade them to more beautiful ones, what you could do is untie very slowly and carefully all the old tzitzis strings and save them so it won't be baltashkas, so you won't ruin them. Or you could just snip them off and put on the new beautiful ones that you want to. But when you snip them off, they'll be torn and too short to be used as tzitzis strings on somebody else's talis. So the Chaye Adam says that if it'll cost you a lot of time to unravel those old tzitzis, you don't have to waste the cost of the time of unraveling those tzitzis, the old ones that you don't want. You can just snip them right off and be done with them. Well, you have to dispose of them nicely, but you can just snip them off and be done with them, because otherwise it'll be a waste of your time, and time is more precious. So based on that Chaye Adam, it would seem that if you have collecting the $16 worth of pickles, but it will cost you more labor to collect those $16 of pickles, then it would seem that you're allowed to just get rid of those pickles rather than waste the money that you're going to have to pay to collect up those pickles. Okay, so the conclusion that we're telling you here is that you're allowed to toss the items at the end of a meal if it's going to cost you more in value to collect up all those items. But before I leave this topic, I want to gently say that wherever a caterer or anybody who knows that they're in these situations often can arrange a free and good available way to use up the leftover pickles, the leftover rolls that no one ate from, etc., certainly try to arrange that if you can. Like if there's some chesed fund in your area and you tell them in advance, I'm doing a wedding tonight. I'm probably going to have about 50 leftover challah rolls, untouched, perfectly edible, but I can't use the manpower or pay for it. If you get a couple of volunteers here and collect them, that would be wonderful. If somebody wants to arrange that and you, the caterer, can get free volunteers to collect up the leftover food, of course you should try to arrange that instead. Tonight's halacha that I've been saying to you is just where you can't manage to arrange that. And so you're faced with $16 of pickle, $25 of labor to collect up all those pickles. Then according to the Chaye Adam, you're allowed to just leave the pickles and not use up all the labor that it would cost you to collect them. But of course, in conclusion, I want to tell you that wherever you can arrange for every morsel of food that's usable to be reused by some volunteers or something, of course, try to arrange that where possible. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye bye.